Hello everyone, welcome to this gentle yoga flow. My name is Micheline DeBono. I am a certified and yoga teacher and registered yoga teacher and a Reiki master teacher trainer. So we're gonna work on some breath work and then some movement. As I mentioned before, we will be, it's a gentle flow class, but I'll be giving options for those of you who are seated on a chair. So we're gonna start seated. If you're seated on the floor, you can cross your legs. If you have a blanket or something to place underneath, also those of you who are on the floor, if you have blocks, you can keep them handy or something that can work as blocks just in case you need them. We're going to start sitting up nice and tall. Gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the parts in your body that are touching the floor. So maybe the bottom of your feet. If you're on the chair, maybe the sides of your feet. Your sit bones on the floor, on the chair. Lips are gently closed, and we're going to inhale deeply to the nose and exhale deeply to the nose. Imagine inhaling from the very base of the spine to the crown of your head, spine becoming longer, shoulders are stacked above the hips. As you exhale, that breath moving from the crown of the head, over the body, through the body, moving downward. We'll take 4 nice long deep breaths, just like that. Inhaling deeply from the base of the spine to the crown of your head. Exhaling deeply from the crown of your head to the base of the spine. Deep inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Gently on the next inhale, see if you can lengthen a little bit more from the tailbone to the crown of your head. On the next exhale, gently releasing the right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhaling center. Exhale left ear, left shoulder. Inhaling center. Exhale chin towards the chest. Inhaling gently tilt the chin up towards the ceiling. Feel the stretch to the front of the neck without straining the back of the neck. Exhale, releasing chin parallel to the floor and then left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhaling center. Exhale, chin towards the chest. Feel a stretch at the back of your neck. Inhaling gently, tilt the chin up towards the ceiling. Feel a stretch to the front of the throat without straining the back of the neck. Then softly on the next exhale, release the chin parallel to the floor. Really lengthen to the spine. Press strongly to the sit bones. As you inhale, lengthen that crown of the head away from the tailbone a little bit more. Those of you sitting on the floor, you can focus on energetically pressing the knees towards the floor. You're going to start opening up to the hips. We're not using the hands to apply pressure, just energetic. Take one more full round of breath here. On the next inhale, slide, keeping the chin parallel to the floor. Shoulders don't move, they're stacked above the hips. You're gonna inhale, slide the chin forward, and then tilt up towards the ceiling. Hold the breath gently here. Exhale, release. Inhale, slide the chin forward, tilt up, hold. Exhale, release. 4 more, inhaling. Tilt
Slide the chin forward, tilt up and hold. You should feel a stretch at the top back of your shoulders. Exhale, release. Inhaling. Go. Exhale, release. One. Once you're done with all 6 rounds, gently releasing completely chin towards the chest. No rush. Inhale fully here. Keep the chest, the chin pressing down towards the chest. Again, anything going on with the spine or osteoporosis, you don't want to go all the way, otherwise you're pressing the chin towards the collarbones. Feel whatever comes up in the back of your neck, back of your shoulders. Inhale fully into this area. As you exhale, start allowing this tension to start releasing. And we're going to create movement with the breath. Inhaling deeply. As you exhale, sliding the chin towards the right shoulder. So gentle turn like you're trying to touch the collarbone all the way. And then inhale, center. Exhale, chin towards the left shoulder. Inhaling, center. Do 2 more rounds on each side at your own pace, keeping the inhales full, the exhales longer than the inhale. This gentle stretch can be done anywhere. Not only does it release tension in the neck, but it also massages the thyroid gland. Once you're done, gently inhaling, come back to center, nice and warm. Arms out and up, fingertips touch above the head. Exhale, taking a gentle twist to the right. Inhaling deeply here. Right hand is behind you or next to the hip. Left hand is on the outer side of that right leg. If you're seated on a chair, you're grounding both feet evenly. If you're on the ground, keep guiding the knees out, getting deeper into the hip. One more full round of breath. Inhaling gently, coming back to center, arms out and up, fingertips touch. Exhale, twisting over to the left. Left hand on the side of the left hip or behind your lower back. Spine is long, crown of the head stacked above the tailbone. Right hand across to the outer side of that left leg. 3 full breaths. Imagine breathing all the way into the back of your shoulders, spine lengthening. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more round of breath. Gently on the next inhale, arms out and up, fingertips touched. On the exhale, if you're seated on the floor, you're going to press through the sit bones, lengthen forward, coming to a seated forward fold. If you're on the chair, you're going to release, let the ribs meet the upper legs, and gently release the hands down. Anything going on with the spine, you want to keep the spine long if you're on the chair. Otherwise, let the head hang. We're going to take 2 more nice long deep breaths here. Inhaling deeply from the very base of the spine to the crown of the head, lengthening. Exhale, if you're on the floor, maybe you find a little bit more space to release the ribs closer to the inner thighs. You got 2 more breaths. Making the inhales full, the exhales longer than the inhales. It's what helps us ground when we're breathing exercise. And then very, very gently on the next inhale, softly start rounding to the lower back up. Fingertips touch once again. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. If you're seated on the floor, we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So the leg that's in the front goes in the back. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, fingertips touch. Exhale, gently hinging to the hips, lengthening forward, coming to that seated forward fold again. If you're on the chair, you're releasing from the hips down, keeping a neutral spine. So the hands maybe touch the floor or on the shin. You're lengthening from the tailbone to the crown of the head. If there's nothing going on with the spine, you can lower down completely, releasing the head, let it dangle, maybe grab opposite elbows this time. On the floor, you're continuing to lengthen, walking the fingertips away from your body. Shoulders are soft, away from the ears. One more breath here. And very gently start making your way back up, rounding to the lower back, reaching up with the arms. As you exhale, palms together, hands towards the center of the chest. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, slide out to the mat, let it all go. And we're gonna move into alternate nose breathing. So we're gonna be using our right hand. Alternate nose breathing is a balancing breath. You have the option to keep the pointer finger and the middle finger between the eyebrows or fold them down like so. You're gonna keep the right thumb stretched, the right ring stretched. We're gonna be using the right thumb to close the right nostril and the right ring finger to close the left nostril. So starting with a full deep inhale first. Deep, deep exhale to the nose. Then right thumb closes the right nostril, inhaling to the left. Right ring finger closes the left nostril, hold. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Close and hold. Exhaling left. That's one full round. We're going to take 5 more. Inhaling left. Close and hold. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Close and hold. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Close and hold. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Close and hold. Exhaling left. Taking 3 more rounds at your own pace. Try to keep your eyes gently closed. The inhales and exhales as even as possible. Once you get to that last round, no rush. You're going to finish off with the exhale to the left nostril. And then gently release both hands down. Finding another deep inhale from the very base of the spine to the crown of your head. Exhaling from the crown of the head to the very, very base of your spine. And we're going to move into cat-cow. So if you're seated on the chair, you're really going to ground your feet. You're going to bring your hands to cup your knees. On the exhale, you round. On the inhale, you lift up to the heart, tuck the elbows towards the ribs. Those of you who are sitting on the floor, if you have a blanket, you're going to use it to cushion your knees. We're going to come to tabletop. You want your knees stacked right below your hips. Your elbows, wrists, shoulders stacked. Your knees are hip-width distance apart, same width as the hips. Fingers squared forward on the inhale. Lifting up to the heart, tailbone up towards the ceiling. Ribs drop towards the floor. On the exhale, rounding, tailbone down towards the floor, chin towards the chest. The space between the shoulders open up. So whether you're on the floor or seated on the chair, you can really focus on the chest opening up on the inhale. And then the back of the shoulders opening as you exhale. And we'll take 6 more nice long deep breaths. Really allow yourself to be with this movement. Feel as the spine creates this movement, each vertebrae separating. Again, being super mindful if there's osteoporosis or anything going on with the spine itself. Be really gentle with yourself. Staying with the breath, deep full inhale. Really, really long exhales. And gently on the next exhale, coming back to neutral spine. Single arm. On the next inhale, those of you who are on the floor, you're going to extend, well, either way, whether you're seated or standing, you're going to extend the leg. The difference is if you're on the floor, you're extending the leg back behind you. If you're seated, you're extending the leg forward, and we're going to flex the foot. So your toes are pressing towards the heel, the shin bone. If you're on the floor, you're pressing to the ball of the foot. If you're on the chair, your heel is on the floor, the back of your heel. Take a deep inhale here. Feel the stretch to the back and the front of the leg. On the exhale, if you're seated, see if you can flex a little bit more. If you're on the floor, press that heel back. Inhale, if you're on the chair, point your toes. Same thing if you're on the floor and your nails are going to come to the floor and press. We're going to take this 7 more times. Exhale, flex to the foot, press to the heel. Inhale, point, shift the shoulders forward as on the floor, and you're pressing the toes into the earth. Exhaling deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Really feel the back of the leg opening up on the inhale, the front of the foot and the ankle on the inhales. Got 1 more round to go. And then gently back to center. If you're on the floor, release the knee on the floor. If you're seated, bend that knee. And we're going to extend the left leg. Curl the toes under if you're on the floor. If you're seated, that foot is extending in front of you, back of the heel on the floor. Take a full round of breath here. Feel the whole front of your leg engaging. You're on the floor, your arms are working. Exhale, press that heel back. Flex the foot. Inhale, point the toes. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale. Inhale. You got 4 more breaths. Moving at your own pace, keeping those inhales full. The exhale's longer than the inhale. There's no rush. Just really feel. And then gently coming back to center, bending the knee if you're at the chair, dropping the knee to the floor if you're on the floor. If you're on the floor, we're gonna press back into child's pose, sit bones towards the heels, arms nice and long. If you're seated, you can press your hands into the wall or on your desk and create length here. You don't have anything close to you enough and you don't really want to move, you can fold forward and release that. 1 more full round of breath. And then very, very gently coming back onto all fours. We're going to do 1 more exercise on our knees. So if you're in tabletop, we're going to inhale Extend the right leg back, pinky toe square to the floor. You have the option to keep both hands on the floor or left hand reaches forward. If you're seated, you can you're going to extend the right leg out in front of you, left arm up towards the ceiling, and then on the exhale, we're going to squeeze knee towards the elbow. If you're seated and you don't want to use your arm, you can press your hands on the outer side of your hips next to the on the chair, and bring knee towards your nose. So we got 4 more. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, squeeze knee to nose or knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. 2 more. Nice, long, deep breath. Moving with the breath. And then gently release, coming back to seated or hands on the floor. Press back into child's pose here, or curl the toes under in downward facing dog. If you're seated, again, you can press into the surface of a desk, the wall, or fold forward. 1 more full round of breath. And then we'll come back onto all fours, or regular seat, moving on to the opposite side. Left leg is going to extend forward if you're on the chair, or back, nice and long, pinky toe towards the floor, the foot is flexed. Option to keep both hands on the floor if you're working on the mat, or reach the right hand forward. Those of you seated, you have the option, again, doing whatever you did on the other side. Either reaching the arm and bringing knee to elbow, or knee towards the nose. On your next available exhale, rounding to the spine, knee to nose or knee to elbow. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, squeeze and round. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Nice long deep breath. Exhale, round. And then gently release hands to knees or come back to your regular seat. Inhale, lift up to the heart, coming back to cat-cows. Exhales, round to the spine. 2 more, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral spine. Those of you on the floor are going to walk your hands just a little bit forward, curl the toes under, press those hips back, coming into our downward facing dog. Those of you seated can use your hands pressing into the wall or into the surface of your desk to lengthen here, or you can also stand up, walk, and lengthen, finding a 90-degree angle at the hips, lengthen the spine. That's modified downward facing dog. 1 more breath, and then very gently, those of you on the floor, softly walk your feet to your hands. If you're using a chair, you're walking your feet towards your hands. If you're seated, inhaling, lift it up with everyone else from the hips to the crown of the head, arms nice and long. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Take a full deep breath here, inhaling deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more full round of breath. And we're going to come into, so if you're standing, if you're not using a chair, you're going to come back into a full downward facing dog. If you're using the chair, I'm just going to show real quick. This is the option for downward dog. It can be here, it can be here. If you don't want to stand up, you're going to stay seated and press your hands into the surface of the table, or pressing into the wall or another chair. We're all going to move. You have the option to remain seated or stand up. Inhaling deeply, arms out and up, fingertips touch. As you exhale, hands to the center of the chest, gently bend the knee if you're standing to protect the lower back. Inhale, nice and long through the spine. Hands below the knees on the shins, really lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, hold here if you need to, or fold. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, hold or fold. Inhale. Exhale. Rounding to the lower back, slowly lifting up. Keep the knees gently bent if you're standing. Press the palms together. Exhale, reach over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach over to the left. Keep pressing to that right foot so you're not sinking the weight into the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hinging through the hips, fold. Knees gently bend again if you stand. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, hold or fold. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, hold or fold. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, hold or fold. Softly rounding to the lower back as we lift up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. We're going to move into awkward chair pose. So again, different options. You have the option to keep your feet hip-width distance apart, which means your fists should fit between your feet like so. You have the option, if you have the space, to bring the toes, big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. If you're seated, you're going to keep your feet hip-width distance apart. And you're going to press and engage so strong that your legs, you're going to feel your quads working and your sit bones become lighter on the chair. So those of you standing, everybody actually, reach your arms up. We're going to start lowering down as if you were trying to sit on a chair. You want to be mindful to make sure that your knees are not shifting forward. They're pressing back, staying stacked above the ankles. You want to keep the spine long. Really engage your core. Deep breaths. If you're seated, press through those feet like you're trying to stand up. Maybe peel your toes off the floor. That goes to everybody. Keep your shoulders soft. We got one more breath to go. And then very, very gently on the exhale, hinging to the hips, fold. Again, if you need to, anything going on with the spine, you're going to keep a neutral spine. Otherwise, folding completely. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Maybe you shake your head, yes. Maybe you shake your head, no. One more full round of breath. On the next inhale, gently rounding to the lower back. Knees gently bent if you're standing to protect the lower back. Fingertips touch above the head. Exhale, lengthen the hands over, the arms over to the left. Ground to the right foot and the right sit bone if you're seated. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the left. Ground to the left foot and left sit bone. Inhale in center. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. So those of you who are using the mat are going to fold and step back into downward dog. Those of you who are using the chair, you have the option to use the top of the chair or the bottom of the chair. Those of you who might want to remain seated, you're pressing into another surface. Really lengthen. These are gently bent if you're standing, very gentle micro bend. Really lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Inhaling deeply. Those of you who are on the floor, it's more important to lengthen through the back than bring your heels to the floor. Press through the fingertips. You have the option to stay still, or we're going to inhale, lift up high onto the ball of the feet. This is part of your seating. You keep pressing the sit bones back, and as you exhale, guide the sit bones towards the wall behind you a little bit more, then release the heels. We're going to do that 4 more times. Keep those hips back. Inhale, lift up high onto the ball of the feet. Exhale, sit bones towards the wall behind you, heels release. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Then gently walk your feet towards your hands or towards the chair. Softly lifting from the hips up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Take a full round of breath here. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do one more thing. It's a balancing twist. And I'm going to give different options. So we're going to ground through the right foot. If you're seated, really engage that right foot as if you were standing. We're going to bring the left knee up. So maybe you're holding onto the chair with your left hand for balance. If you're seated, you're going to reach both arms up. And then on the exhale, we're all going to twist towards the left side. The torso square towards the left. Breathe here. Really ground to that right foot. Feel your crown of your head moving a little bit closer towards the ceiling by lengthening. You're standing, really engaged to that right foot. Breathe. Maybe some of you are pretty open. You can extend that left leg. Maybe some of you can grab the left foot with the left hand. Maybe some of you want to really play with balance. You're going to release that chair and bring that left hand out behind you. Maybe the gaze follows. One more breath. Find a spot to focus on. And then very gently release whatever you're holding onto. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hinging through the hips. Fold, whether you're seated or standing. Inhale, find that neutral spine. Exhale, hold or fold. We're going to hold in this fold for 3 breaths. You have the option to have the hands on the floor. And if you're standing and your hands don't come to the floor, just bend your knees as much as you need them. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. One more full round of breath. And gently on the next inhale, release whatever you're holding on to. Softly start lifting up. Fingertips tucked. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest, and we're going to come into that opposite twist. So inhaling deeply, arms out and up. On the exhale, if you're standing, ground to the left foot, bend the right knee. If you're seated, you're going to twist over. Left side of the hand. If you need to use the chair for balance, right hand is on the chair. Breath. Maybe you extend that leg. You're seated, keep grounding through that left foot as if you were standing. Maybe you grab the foot. Maybe you reach the right up and out. 3 breaths here. Maybe you lose your balance and you just start over. And then very gently on the exhale, release. Coming back to center. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale gently, hinging to the hips, fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, hold or fold. And if you're folding completely, there's the option to grab opposite elbows. Maybe this time you wrap your arms behind your knees. 3 full, long, deep breaths. You're focusing on fully inhaling from the base, from the heels to the hips. As you exhale, exhaling really deeply from the hips to the crown of your head. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And very, very gently release whatever you're holding onto. On the next inhale, softly lift it up. Fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Take a deep, deep inhale. Let the thumbs rest at the center of the chest here. Eyes gently closed. Inhale fully from the very bottom of your feet to the crown of your head. Exhaling from the crown of the head to the bottom of your feet. So those of you who are standing, just take 3 more breaths right there while I walk those of you who are seated through the next flow. You're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up. Hinge. And come back to that neutral spine. And then we're going to step back into plank. So you guys, if you're seated, you're going to hold here. Find your breath. So we're going to do all that together. Those of you who are standing, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Your touch. Same. Those of you who are seated, arms up, shoulders soft. On the exhale, hinge into the hips. If you're standing, knees gently bent. Inhale, neutral spine, hands below the knees on the shins. Really lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of your head. So if you're on the chair, you're going to hold here. Everyone else, on the exhale, release the hands to the floor. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to step one foot back and then the other foot back. You have the option to hold in plank pose or release the knee and the top of your feet. One more breath here. Anyone, if you have full chaturanga in your practice, feel free to flow. We're going to meet in down dog. Slowly releasing, lowering down. Chin, chest, chin if the knees are on the floor. Inhale, lift up to the heart. Maybe on the exhale, pressing back. You have the option to go into downward dog for a few breaths or press back into child's pose. So those of you who are on the chair, one more breath here. Really lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Roll the shoulders down. Exhale, fold completely. And then gently round to the lower back, lifting up, fingertips touch. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. If you're on the floor, you're going to make your way onto your back, and we're all going to come into a twist. So those of you who are on the chair, you're going to reach the arms out and up. Exhale, twist to one side. You're twisting from the ribs up. You're holding for 4 breaths. If you're on your back, spine nice and long, you're going to bring the right knee towards the chest and then slide the left hand on the outer side of that right leg and drop that right knee towards the left side. Your right arm is open out into a T, and you want that shoulder, that arm, as flat on the floor as possible. Try to keep the spine long, so if you feel like you need to shift the hips, take that. One more deep. Exhale. If you're on the chair, on the inhale, reach the arms out and up. On the exhale, twist to the opposite side. If you're on the floor, hug your both knees towards your chest. Maybe rock from side to side, and then extend the right leg down the mat. Left knee goes over to the right. That left arm open in a T, spine nice and long. 2 more nice long deep breaths here. Very gently on the next inhale, coming back to center. Those of you on the floor can tuck your knees into the chest, rock from side to side if you like. And then we're going to get really comfortable for our last part, which is Yoga Nidra in Shavasana. So if you're laying on the floor, maybe you place a blanket underneath the knees to release the lower back. Maybe you cover your body with your blanket. Maybe you shut off your lights. If you're on a chair, maybe you throw your legs up on another chair if that's an option, or on your desk. You want to get as comfortable as possible. Finding full and complete stillness, allowing the whole body to fully soften and release. If you're on the floor, your hands are just next to the hips, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Let your toes release outward to naturally open up the hips. Breath is soft. Just for a moment, bring your awareness to all body parts that are touching the chair or the earth. Inhale deeply into these spots. And as you exhale, sigh it out through the mouth and let these parts sink deeper onto whatever support. Now let the breath be soft. A little bit more relaxed. We will be moving into Yoga Nidra. So without creating any movement, we'll be moving your mind through each body part as I call it out, softening one part at a time
without creating any movement. So you feel like you need to create any wiggle to really settle in here, take it. And then gently shift your awareness to the tip of your right toe. Softening the right toe. Space between the right toes. Top of your right foot. Sole of the foot. Ankle. Shin. Calf muscles. Soft and relaxed. Your right knee. Back of the knee. Space behind the knee. Soft. Right upper leg. Hip. Glutes. Soft and relaxed. Right sideways. Space between the right ribs. Soft. Your right armpit, shoulder, upper arm, elbow, inner side of the elbow, lower arm, wrist, back of your hand, palm of your hand, space between the right fingers, all 5 right fingers. Soft and completely relaxed. Gently shift your awareness to the tip of your left toe. Left toe soft. Space between the left toe soft. Top of the foot, sole of the foot, ankle, shin, calf muscles soft and fully relaxed. Your left knee, back of the knee, space behind the knee soft. Left upper leg, front and back. Your left hip, left glutes, soft and fully relaxed. Left sideways, space between each left rib, soft. Left armpit, shoulder, upper arm, elbow, inner side of your elbow, lower arm, wrist, back of your hand, palm of your hand, space between the left fingers, all 5 left fingers, soft and relaxed. Your lower back, abdominal area, mid-back, base of the ribs, soft. Space between your shoulder blades, center of your chest, soft. Back right shoulder, right chest, back left shoulder, left chest, soft and relaxed. The whole front of your torso, the whole back, whole right side, whole left side. Your whole torso soft and completely relaxed. The spine soft. Your organs sinking deeper into the back of your body as they relax. Now gently shift your awareness to your neck. Allowing your whole neck to soft. The skin on the scalp soft. Crown of your head. Your hairline. Your jaw muscles soft and fully relaxed. Tip of your chin soft. Your lips soft. Inner sides of your mouth soft. Your tongue rolling away from the roof of your mouth, sinking deep in complete stillness. Inner sides of your throat. Inner sides of your nostrils. Tip of the nose. Whole entire nose soft and relaxed. The skin on your cheeks soft. Your ears soft. Skin around your eyes soft. Eyelids heavy. Eyeballs sinking deep into the back of your skull. Your temples soft. The skin on your forehead soft. Your eyebrows soft. Space between the brows soft and fully relaxed. Imagine inhaling from the space between the eyebrows to the back of your skull, becoming even more relaxed. Exhaling from the back of the skull to the space between the brows. Inhaling deeply, space between the eyebrows to the back of your skull. Now exhaling from the back of your skull to the space between the breaths. Taking 4 more breaths just like that, at your own pace, moving from 4 to 0. And then very, very gently, start shifting your awareness back to your breath. Making the breath a little bit deeper. If you feel the need to stay as you are, please allow yourself to do so. Otherwise, very, very gently, start creating soft and gentle movements with your body. Anything that feels good to you in this moment. Maybe rubbing the thumb across the other fingers and back. Maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes. Just taking whatever feels good. Maybe finding a full body stretch on your next inhale, reaching the arms above the head, extending the legs nice and long. Maybe on the exhale, if you're on the floor, hugging the knees towards the chest. If you're seated, wrapping your arms across the chest at the elbows. If you're on the floor, keeping eyes gently closed, softly making your way back up. We'll all meet back up. Spine nice and long. Hands at the center of the chest or flat on the arms facing up. Take a deep, deep inhale, very base of the spine to the crown of your head. Exhale deep, from the crown of your head to the very, very base of the spine. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to be of service. Namaste.